I look at like what's going on right now in Washington D.C. I don't know if you've seen the videos that have been like uploaded. Probably hundreds of them. You can go. I will challenge anybody to go do a search on Washington D.C. cleanup, and you're seeing hundreds of videos popping up right now. Most of them from Black Americans, and they're walking around in wonder right now in their city because they can't believe. I saw this one; it was really crazy. This woman is sitting there saying, "I cannot believe I'm about to do this. I'm going to go up to a stoplight with my windows down. I cannot believe this is happening." These people are walking around in wonder because Trump went in there and actually made their city like beautiful. He actually cleaned it up, and you could say, "Oh, that's cruel what he did." It's so cruel. But if you go listen to the testimony of these people, I mean, how can you sit there and look at them and say, "Sorry, that's bad"? It's not. And I think what Trump's going to do, and this is just my opinion, like I would imagine that what just happened in Washington D.C., a lot of those people now are Trump supporters that weren't before. And I think what he's going to do is he's going to go into all these areas, Portland, San Francisco. I already said he's targeting San Francisco. He's going to go into these areas that have been taken over by crime, homeless, drug use, and all this stuff. And he's going to drop the hammer on it. And he's going to show the people there what their city looks like when it's actually a functioning, beautiful city again. And I think he's going to change a lot of people. And I think he's already done that in DC. And I think you can go see it. You can see the proof for yourself. You can say, "Oh, you're just a MAGA supporter." I think you can go there and go search the TikTok videos right now the testimonies that are happening. And those are not Trump supporters. Those were not like, "Oh, these are MAGA people." Those were not MAGA people.
So would you support the federalization of the National Guard in every single city across the U.S.?
I would say that we have a serious, not, I would say if there's a situation, I live in California, so I see it firsthand, like the homeless and it's just like, it's tents scattered everywhere. You can't park certain places. You get your car smashed out. People leave their windows down
Do you live
because
in
they don't.
downtown LA?
No, I live in Bakersfield, California. But
What are
I
you
visit LA.
talking about?
What are you talking about?
Dude,
You think it's not bad here?
so
People ship
I
people.
live in LA. I live in LA,
Okay.
right?
Right.
Specifically, you're referencing specific areas in downtown LA where there's going to be people who are unhoused, and the idea that you're referencing people who are unhoused in those conditions and you're blaming them rather than blaming the system overall that doesn't provide them
Yes.
access to resources and help is
Yeah.
ridiculous. Now,
Of
we want to
course.
increase access to resources and help. Republican areas don't do that. Trump has no policy to do that. And if you want to talk
Mhm.
about Bakersfield specifically, Bakersfield is actually more shifted to the right.
No, not
Like
the areas that you're talking. So here's what happens.
if as
Let
you
me.
go
I'll
towards
explain.
Central California, it shifts to the
Okay.
right.
Right. Let me explain what happens. So you are right. It shifts to the right, but we're under Democrat policy. If you look at what Gavin Newsom has done, he's totally um, fueled the homeless problem in California. You know that
In what
Gavin
way?
Newsom put 20. Okay. Well, they closed the prisons first off, and they dump them in areas like, so they close prisons, right? So they put these people, and if you look at the drop-off zone for these prisons, a lot of them is in Kern County. So that's why we get a lot of homeless here. There are people that are literally dropped off here. So if you look in 2020, you know this, in 2021, you should know this, the California, or 2019, I think, California spent $24 billion on the homeless issue. It's gone up 20% since then. Nobody knows where the money went. It was all engulfed by NGOs. I mean, that's the whole problem with the homeless issue, especially in California. And the reason they do not solve it is because it's a moneymaker.
Can I ask
These
you a question?
NGOs, yes, sir.
Which prisons were closed?
I'd have to go see. Are you saying they weren't closed?
Wait, you're making a claim
They
that
closed one here in Kern. They closed one here in Bakersfield. There's one here in Kern County. In Taft, they closed one. So they just closed one here. So they have closed them. I mean, you can go search. I mean, it's not like rocket science. And he has another one he wants to close because they don't want to pay the
am
bills
I
for him.
able to speak, or are you just gonna keep yapping?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So you can't mention the specific areas, right? You're saying that like immediately if I were just to ask you what the areas were specifically that were shut down by the government, that somehow I'm disputing it. No, I'm just asking you for evidence that this is the case. And if you can't provide the evidence for this being the case, I don't know why I would believe it or anyone on the live would believe it. Now, if you want to talk about specifically people who had been released from these prisons, are you saying that people released from the prisons then led to like an increase in the homeless population?
Yes.
Okay, so can you show me
What do you
one
have to
prison
do?
in California where they just released every single prisoner without sending them to another prison?
Okay, hang on. But my original post, you never addressed what I originally said. That you kind of moved that needle on it. And I was saying, what do you say to those people in Washington D.C. though? I mean, I mean, if you had to go tell them right now that what happened there was bad, I mean, what would be your reasoning for telling them that's not a good idea? I mean, tell them. I would like to hear what while I'm looking for this. Can you please tell them why this is bad for their community?
So, by the way, you're referencing a small portion of the people in D.C. I can send you a survey from the Washington Post that indicates 69% of participants strongly oppose the president's decision to federally control, right, D.C.
When was that?
This was, I can send you an article. This is from
No,
a
just tell
few
me the
days
time.
ago.
Just tell me. I mean, is it a week ago?
Less
Was
than a
it
week
yes?
ago.
It
6
was
days
less than
ago.
a week ago because these videos are popping up like now. Like you can go search these videos. I
Okay.
would
So
challenge
can you show me any evidence that it is the case that there is widespread support for this other than I saw a
yes.
few TikTok videos?
No, not a few, dude. There's hundreds. I would
Okay,
challenge
I
you.
would
Okay,
love for
look,
you to
don't
give me
take.
like a
Don't,
survey or give me any evidence in general instead of just saying, "Oh, I saw some people
so
on
you're saying
TikTok."
they're lying. You're saying those people are. Look
No,
them in the eyes and
I'm
say
just
you're
saying
not
that's
telling the
not.
truth.
I'm just
Yes,
saying
you are.
that's.
You're saying those people are lying. Why are they lying? Because they're Black Americans. Why are they lying?
You're so disingenuous. It's unbelievable. I
No,
never
I'm
said
telling
they
you.
were
Why are they
lying.
lying?
I never
Why are
said
they
they're
lying?
lying. Can you let
Yes,
me
you are.
speak? Can you let me speak? I never said that they're lying. I specifically just said that's not representative of everyone within the context of DC. You specifically bringing up the fact that they are Black Americans in order to say that like I'm against or I think that they're lying because they're Black Americans is actually insane. Given that you literally are voting for a racist, you know that, right? You're literally
You're a
voting
racist.
for a racist.
No, I believe you're being racist because you think they're disingenuine. Yeah,
I never
yeah, I
said
do.
that.
I think
I just repeated multiple times. I don't
you
think they're
no, you did. You said
disingenuous.
it's not do. You're not going to believe a few TikTok videos. There's hundreds
Yes,
of them.
as
So why wouldn't you
representative
believe
of the
them?
entirety of DC. No, I'm going to look
You're
at
saying you don't believe them.
No, I'm not saying I don't believe them. I'm saying that I don't take that as representation of what's going to be true for most of people who are living in DC. I'm going to look at statistics to say that to be the case. I'm not going to just look at a few videos on TikTok. So, can you give me any sources, any evidence, any surveys that indicate a majority of people, specifically within DC, are in support of the federal takeover of the city?
I can give you video proof, which I believe way more
Then don't
people.
go to a liberal media company. Go to any conservative survey. Any conservative survey, any conservative media company. I just want to see, is there any poll you could show me that shows that most of the people in DC are in support of the federal takeover of their city?
I can only show you video proof, documentation. And if that's not real,
That's
if you think that's not real, then it's not real.
we're not
If
claiming.
you don't think hundreds of videos
You're
popping up
so
on TikTok,
disingenuous. You're so
no,
disingenuous.
if you don't think that hundreds of people showing video proof of themselves in awe of what their city looks like and how they can walk down the street without getting mugged is not proof, I don't know what to tell you. If you want to go believe someone that the city was fine, it was beautiful before, by all means, go look at it. But people are actually showing you and telling you, and you're saying, that's not real. You don't believe those people. I believe the media. That's the problem with people. That's the problem with liberals, dude, is they don't want to believe something and say, you know what, maybe Trump had it right on this one. So what? Maybe he did. You know what? Good for him. That doesn't mean I have to agree with everything he did, but it's okay to look at something like Washington, D.C. and say, you know what? Those people deserve to have a nice city. Why can't they have a nice city? Why can't they go down the street without feeling like they're going to get mugged? That's okay.
Okay. So I'm not disputing the stories of this happening, right? Of people saying this on the internet, as that's true for plenty of different things in the context of politics. You can find people from either side expressing their opinion on the matter. The way that I identify what percentage of the people within a certain city have a particular perspective is based upon surveys, is based upon different types of analysis that take into account detailed demographics of the area and take into account different types of ways in which you can then estimate or a sample size of that certain city population. That is a significantly better way to identify what is going on in terms of the city rather than just to say that you saw some people on TikTok say like a certain type of opinion.
Okay, but
Galaxy,
they're
thank you
not
so much.
saying it. They're showing it. They're taking their camera, they're panning and then saying, this is what it was like before. And I can't believe that I'm walking down this beautiful city and I'm sitting here at night at 9 o'clock at night where I would never be able to do this before. Why can't you say that's okay? Like they're not lying. They're being real. I'm not asking you to say that you approve Trump's immigration policy. I'm not saying that expect you to do this. All I'm saying is why can't you just say, you know what? Maybe he got it right this one. I'm glad those people have their lives back, and I hope this continues. And I hope they figure out ways to maybe do this to other cities where people feel like they can't walk down the street at night.
It's like he doesn't listen to me. It's like he doesn't listen to me. So I have a few things here. Crime in DC was at the lowest rate in 30 years before Trump got into office. The idea that DC specifically needed to be federalized under this administration, but not his first administration, is ridiculous, given that crime was higher in DC under Trump's first administration. Why didn't he federalize it then?
You know why it's high? You know why it's lower under Biden? Because they stopped reporting the crime. That's addressed in many of those videos. If
you disingenuous, I didn't just say that. I said
no,
under. I said I'm
telling you though, because they don't report the crime, and that's what I'm telling you.
I said under Trump's administration, you dumbass. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm telling you, if you actually listen to what I'm saying, you'll be able to respond to what I'm saying. Okay? Actively listen and engage with what I'm saying, please. I just said specifically under Trump's first administration, there was higher crime. You say, oh, they weren't reporting it under Biden. Well, apparently under your review, they were reporting it under Trump. So why didn't he federalize the city when there was... Why didn't he federalize the city when there was higher crime under Trump originally?
Because he finally got to the point where he has the backing now for people to realize that this has to happen. And he did. So I'm just trying to get you to understand.
He would have been able to do this in his first term. What do you mean? He doesn't have the backing now to realize this is going to happen if a majority of the country opposes it.
He did not have the people behind him to do what he's doing now. He had Russian collusion going on. He had all this. Dude, he was being accused of a bunch of things. Now he has the people behind him to do this.
He's been found guilty of those things now. Like he's been held civilly liable.
The DOJ,
the court system
specifically. But I just want you to. But why can't you say that actually worked? Why are you saying that's a failure though?
I'm saying it is the case that, again, based on Washington Post, 79% of residents are against it and 69% strongly oppose. Okay, that is an overwhelming majority of the city that specifically opposes the federal overtaking of the city. If your specific goal was to decrease crime, please explain to me why you voted for a convicted criminal held civilly liable woman that pardoned violent rioters on January 6th who beat cops.
No, you're trying to change the
it's okay
to you cannot address what I am saying. You have
Says
to
you're using this to deflect.
You want to go to the Donald Trump is a convicted thing. You will not address that those people are genuine and what happened in their city.
Genuine. And again, I already said this multiple. I responded to this multiple times. How many more times do you want me to say I agree that there are people that have that position in DC? Do you want me to say it again for you? Did you not listen to me saying it the past 6 times?
So let me tell you this right now. Let me tell you something. When you poll people, you totally control what the outcome is, dude. 100%.
No, you don't. What are you talking about? Do you know what a poll is?
100%.
What is a poll?
So here, let me give you an example, and you'll say like, "Oh, bull!" And here's I'm going to set you up there. So I have a media company, right, in Bakersfield. It's not as big as you. It's about 10 million a month, right? And I can put a poll out there. It's more conservative, right? You have more liberal followers, which I totally respect. That's your angle, right? And I can put a poll out there, and it will be 95% towards. And I do these all the time because when I see these polls, like I'll say, "What do you think Trump's popularity is?" Right? And when I see these like on ABC or CBS, whatever, and they say, "Oh, he's tanking in the polls," and then I go put it on Bakersfield Tough, and with like 2,000 votes, it's probably about 95% positive for Trump, right? And I do those not to say like, "Oh, he's really getting 95% approval." I know he's not. I do that to prove a point that I can, because of where you put the polls, you can dictate what you want. And because that's in a conservative, more of a network, it's not radical conservative. It's just like we're in Bakersfield. It's a conservative city. But because
dude, are you really assuming there's no methodology for the poll? Like I can't do it, yes. Dude. There's a methodology. That's why the Democrats
By
the way, I the first thing I referenced when I was talking about this is that they have a methodology for statistics. No, Democrats don't. Wait, we're not talking about Democrats who created statistics. What are you talking about? We're talking about a survey that has a specific methodology that you can look at the methodology.
Okay, so why every election year are the polls wrong? And we're
talking about different types of polls. We're talking about polls specifically.
I'm asking, why do you think that though?
Do you think there's no public opinion polls that you can reference?
No, but I'm asking you, why do you think that?
Wait, I have a question. Do you think there's no public?
Always wrong.
I have a question.
In the Republicans' favor.
He can't answer this question. Are there no public opinion polls that you could reference?
Are there no public? It's hard because it all depends like where they ask. If you go put a poll in a college,
that's not answering my question. I'm gonna go nuts because the amount of times I have to ask you a question just to get you to answer it is crazy.
Okay. If you don't see my point,
are you going to answer it? Are you going to answer it?
I'm trying to tell you that I believe the people showing video over a poll.
Can you accept any? Can you accept any of the polls?
So the only thing I'll tell you is ask Iowa Challenger people. Make your own decision. You can either listen
You
to the
can't do
polls.
it. You can't do it. You can't.
If you listen, you can listen to the
Stop,
polls
stop,
if you
stop,
want, or you
stop,
can
stop,
watch
stop,
video of
So
people
is that a
live there.
no? Is that a
You tell
no?
me.
Is that a no?
I don't trust the polls. No. Of course
Okay,
I don't.
so you can't accept any public opinion polls.
Because I'm in the media business and I do polls and I know how they work. No, I do not trust the polls. 100%.
Okay, so polls
Just
that
like that
indicate
offends you.
so for example, polls that indicate 97% of climate scientists agree that climate change is caused by humans. Do you accept those polls?
Okay, are we going to get into a climate change thing here? I mean, what percentage of the atmosphere is carbon dioxide?
Am I gonna have an
What
answer to my
percentage?
Am I gonna have an
No, I'm
answer to my
asking you.
question?
I mean, why are we switching the polls to climate? I came to talk about New York and how I mean, Washington, D.C. and how I believe.
I'm just making sure that you accept public opinion polls or you accept any type of polling structure in general. And right now, you're trying not to answer my question. It's actually
You have
really
rules
annoying.
off what
It's
I
actually
called for.
No, we're still talking about the public opinion polls. We were talking about polls. I asked you about polls. Do you accept polls in relation to determining what percent of climate scientists think that climate change is caused by humans? That's all I was asking you.
No, I do not believe that.
You don't accept the polls that indicate that.
No. Did we lie to you?
Would you accept polls that indicate 99% of Americans believe the sky is blue? Would you accept that poll?
Yeah, because it's evidence. I can walk out and look at it.
Wait, no. Would you accept the poll, though?
Well, I don't need a poll. I don't need a poll to tell me what to believe.
No. I'm just asking, would you accept the public opinion poll? Would you be able to say that
No, I'm just saying,
99% of
am I
Americans
gonna
believe this?
Yeah, but I'm telling you right now, I don't look at a poll and say, oh, okay, the sky's blue because this poll said that.
No, that's not what I'm claiming. I'm not claiming
Well,
you determine that
You're
based
asking me
on...
what I believe it. I'm just telling you.
Dude, you're
Why
not
would
listening.
I'm
Dude,
not
there's no
listening.
way. There's
You're not.
no... You're making yourself... You're actually embarrassing yourself a lot right now. Please, listen to what I'm saying because you're misunderstanding me. Okay?
Okay.
I'm not saying these things are true because of the public opinion polls. What I'm saying is that it is true that certain percentage of Americans have that certain opinion.
And I disagree. I'm saying that poll is not factual. It's based on who they decide to poll. That's my answer. You won't accept
I understand, but they have a methodology on that.
Right.
And you're saying that you don't
methodology.
accept the methodology of it. So he doesn't accept a
No.
poll that says 99% of Americans believe the sky is blue. He doesn't accept that.
Dude, you're reaching. Try harder, dude. You're better than this.
Wait, I have a
dude.
question.
Come
Do
on,
you
what-
accept?
this
Do
is
you
like-
accept?
this is
Wait,
like not even-
what do you? What's
this is
Donald
like
Trump's?
bad, dude.
What's Donald
This looks-
Trump's?
this makes you
What's
look
Donald
bad.
Trump's? What's Donald Trump's approval rating?
You know what? What is the Democrats' approval rating over? It's like the 35-year low.
So do you accept that approval rating? That's a poll.
No. I don't know. It depends who you ask. But I'm just saying. if you wanna
Wait.
talk
So
about
he doesn't
polls-
accept that. He doesn't accept that one. So hold up, dude. You look really bad right now. I'm just asking. Do you accept the approval rating for Trump or for the Democrats? Do you accept those to be accurate at all?
I don't. Yeah, I accept.
He
that they're
does?
accurate from a Democrat. Wait, listen.
He accepts
I'm
they're accurate,
accepting
so he
they're
does
accurate
accept
from a
public
liberal
opinion
source.
polls. He accepts public
I'm a-
opinion polls on approval ratings for the different presidents, but apparently public approval polls or public opinion polls are not relevant when we're talking about DC being federally taken over. But apparently they're incredibly important when we're referencing approval ratings.
So let's just all right. So let's say that okay, you're right. So here's what we came up with: those hundreds of videos. And let's agree. Let's find common ground, and then I can leave. So here's the thing.
Oh, you're gonna run
I
away?
agree. No, I'm not gonna run. I'm gonna tell you. So here's what we came up with. The polls are right. Most of the people don't want the people there. The videos you're seeing of people, mostly Black Americans, who aren't Trump supporters, walking around saying that their city is beautiful and they're in awe of what they're seeing, that's not real. The polls are real. Don't believe what you're seeing there. That's what we've come up here. That's our common ground. That is what we've come up here with, right? That's it.
Most Black Americans voted for Kamala Harris. Do you agree with them?
I would say, yeah.
Most Black Americans said that Kamala Harris was a better candidate for president than Donald Trump. Do you agree with them?
I don't know. I'm not going to make a problem. I would maybe see.
What is this tokenization? It's nuts. I like how you don't accept what Black Americans have to say when
wait, I'm
relating
trying to
to
find the
the
common
person or
ground that you
president
won't
that they're
do it.
voting for, but apparently it's so relevant for you to bring up specifically when referencing, again, people on TikTok who are expressing their opinions on specifically what's happening in terms of the federalization of DC. Wow,
Right.
you just
so
got
I'm
cooked,
I'm just trying to
cooked,
find the common
cooked.
ground, dude. Listen, I'm
He
just
keeps
trying to
getting
find our
cooked.
common ground.
There's no common
I'm
ground
getting
with
cooked.
you at
Okay,
all.
whatever you want to call it. I'm
Where?
getting cooked.
You
Okay,
show
yeah,
me where the
because
common ground is. I'd love to see it.
I'm trying to say between us, we're trying to lay down what we've both said so we can both walk out. And I said, yep, that's what it is. And what it is you have said the polls are right. Most people think the federalization of New York is bad. I said, look at the hundreds of TikTok posts, mostly from Black Americans who aren't Trump supporters, saying their city is beautiful. I can't believe I can walk down here at night. Your point is you shouldn't believe those videos because Washington Post has a poll that says most people don't want it. What is
That's not what I said, by the way. So
Okay,
I never
tell me
said
what
you.
I said.
I never said that you shouldn't believe those videos. The fact that you keep trying to represent me as saying that people are lying is really sad. It's actually embarrassing for you because you
It's
have to do that because you have
embarrassing
no
for me.
you have
I've
no
heard your
intellectual.
insults.
He has to cut me
No,
off
it's
because he has no intellectual argument. So again, you
no
specifically have to do this because you have no actual arguments against what I'm saying. I did not say that people are lying. I said that that's not the best representation specifically for what the overall opinion is, specifically within the city, because it's not a large enough sample size. The sample size is not statistically significant. And
Okay,
also,
so I agree with you. I'm agreeing with you. So what you've said then is that because the sample size isn't big enough on those TikTok videos, we need to lean more towards those polls that the Washington Post said. Okay, so that's it, dude. That's all I'm saying. Why can't we just agree with that? I said my point of view, I may be wrong, is like, dude, I'm pretty happy for those people that are walking around their city, and I believe them when they say that my city's beautiful now and I can walk around. You're saying, hold up, dude. There's not enough data on that. We have to stick with the polls that people don't want them there.
no,
That's
no,
it. There's
this is not what I said.
Oh,
I'm not
dude.
using that as a qualification for whether or
Come on,
not
dude.
the
You
certain
just
city.
said it.
No, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. Hey,
Okay.
calm down. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. All right. I'm not saying that's a determination for whether or not it's considered safe. I'm saying that's a determination for whether or not the people within the area wanted a federal takeover of the city. That's what I'm saying. Do you understand the
Okay.
distinction?
Yeah, you're saying wanted. So now you're back. So because I asked you earlier, I said, when was this poll taken? You said it was taken just not too long, a few days ago, right? And you just used a term. They didn't want their city federalized, right? Which means it's coming,
taken over,
right?
yeah.
Which I totally get that, dude, because in their mind, they've been told by the media it's going to look like Germany. But the thing is, the problem is that's not what it was. And that's why you see
Give me any good evidence that there's been a distinction
hundreds of
or
TikTok
a
videos. Do your own,
difference?
just any of your followers, go search it,
you know what?
dude.
Show me 3 of the TikTok videos you're referencing.
Well, just go search it, dude.
No, you tell me. You tell me what.
Okay, listen.
Tell me
Okay,
the
yeah.
accounts. You tell me the accounts, and I'll look it up right now on TikTok, and we'll play it on the stream.
Okay, that's fair. Hang on one second. Okay, you ready? Spicy, SPICY.
Hold up. I have to get to TikTok real quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, what is it?
Okay, so try this one at RealCast1.
Next.
SPICY PARANORMAL REA.
Paranormal?
It's spicy
Spicy paranormal?
paranormal reads. Spicy paranormal reads, and at
Why
the
can't
end
you
it's
just say spicy paranormal reads? Like I don't know how to spell paranormal.
Hang on, it's not paranormal. Okay, PARANOM.
Why are you just tell me what it says?
Okay, at spicy paranormal reads, but reads is with a Z at the end.
Okay.
Okay, just play those 2 to start. I mean, we can go down this
No,
thing.
just
and
tell me
play
a third one. I want a third one. I said 3.
I have to see this one. This one I don't. Hang on a second here. I can just play the audio on it. They're all over the place, dude. I've got 4 of them here, dude. If you want to hear them all, and the best one is this one.
Can you tell me the third one?
I have to get the thing, but I'll play the audio for this one. Like,
I'm waiting for you to give me the third one real quick.
I don't have it. I just have the video saved. I don't have the actual.
Just tell me that
TikTok.
I want a third. You said there were so many hundreds of videos.
There's a ton of them, dude. There's not 2 or 3.
Wait, so you should just be able to
Like
scroll on your For You
oceans.
page and see them, right?
There's 100%. But the thing is, like, they're posted up. Like, I have them saved, but it doesn't have the TikTok author on it.
So then just tell me.
But they're on there, dude. Like, just
wait.
play
So
those
if you
2
have them saved, you should be able to click on them, right? And then tell me.
I'll tell you what. I know, I'm dumb. Yeah, it's not real. Just go ahead and play those, dude.
Wait,
and
just
then
click
I'll
on
play the
them.
audio.
Seriously, wait. If
I'll
you
play the
have them,
audio.
click on them. Click on it and tell me.
Okay, listen. I have it saved as a video, but it doesn't have their logo on it, but it's from TikTok. If you think that can't be done,
What do you mean it's on? What do you mean you just click on the video and tell me the account? It says
it's
on
not
the video.
Listen, dude, you can save a video off TikTok through Talk Repost, and it takes the TikTok name off of it just so you have reference.
And by the way, the spicy person they referenced, Spicy Paranormal Reads, that person is MAGA.
Okay, I don't. But just watch the video.
You
She's
said that people who are not MAGA were making videos.
Okay,
right?
watch the first
I would love
video.
to see these hundreds of videos where there's not MAGA supporters saying this.
Okay, here I'll play the devil's advocate. You're right. Prove me wrong. I want your followers to prove me wrong and go search in Washington cleanup and watch what they find.
So he can't prove himself right. He needs everyone else to go look him up, look it up.
No.